Welcome to another mysterious journey with us. Today, we're diving into one of the wildest UFO encounters you've probably never heard of. It's 1967, during the height of the Cold War, and a Soviet military pilot named Lev Vyatkin is stationed at an airbase in Crimea. His mission was simple: protect the skies from any intruders. But what he encounters is not an enemy aircraft. 1 week. 2 encounters. 1 UFO that wouldn't leave him alone. The memory of my 2 encounters with UFOs in August 1967 has stayed with me for a lifetime. These events occurred at a military airfield in Crimea, where I was serving at the time. First incident. The first incident happens early in the morning. There are multiple witnesses on the ground, and they all see something strange hovering in the sky. The first encounter took place on August 7th, 1967, at 6:30 a.m. at the Belbek airfield. I was preparing to take over my combat duty guarding the state border, sitting in the cockpit of an interceptor fighter on the runway, conducting a routine check of the onboard equipment. The sun had not yet risen, and the sky was clear. Suddenly, approximately 2 kilometers away, and at an altitude of 300 meters, a large glowing sphere appeared, measuring about 80 meters in diameter. Against the backdrop of the light blue sky, it was clearly visible, glowing with the color of a burning matchstick. Inside, a dark blue core could be seen, appearing solid and massive. The sphere wasn't hovering, but was moving against the wind at a speed of 60 to 70 kilometers per hour. Its trajectory outlined the silhouette of a distant mountain, and I noticed the shimmering trail of heated air it left behind. The flight was silent, which added to its air of mystery and significance. I reported the sighting to the command post, but the radar detected no signal from the object. The duty officer stepped out of the command post, and together with the mechanics working near my aircraft, we observed the sphere visually. Knowing that the onboard camera was loaded with film and that I had the opportunity to capture the object, I was eager to take off. I requested permission to fly twice, but after a pause, I received a firm denial. Later, I learned that the command post had classified the sphere as a UFO and denied my request to avoid potential consequences. My maneuver could have been interpreted as an attack. The sphere continued its flight for about 3 minutes before coming to a halt. A thin beam shot out from its center, piercing vertically into the ground. Then, with incredible speed, the object ascended and disappeared. At that moment, I heard a growing noise in my headset that abruptly cut out. So, a glowing sphere emitting a mysterious beam of light. Strange, yes, but it's the second encounter that will make your jaw drop. Imagine this. You're flying a jet at 10,000 meters when a giant glowing object suddenly appears above you. What do? What if it shoots a strange beam of light right next to your aircraft? For Lev Vyatkin, this wasn't sci-fi. It was terrifying reality. Second incident. 5 days later, on August 12, 1967, another extraordinary incident occurred during a night training flight. It took place 20 kilometers south of Yalta at 11 p.m. I engaged the afterburner, took off, climbed to an altitude of 10,000 meters, and smoothly entered a turn. It was a moonless, quiet night with brilliant constellations. The thin air revealed an astonishing number of bright, steady stars. My aircraft completed half of the turn and pointed toward the sea. I was monitoring the flight instruments and the control panel. When I looked up from the instruments and glanced ahead, I saw a large, luminous object. It was oval and strongly convex, with a diameter of no less than 90 meters. The object was flying above me, to the left. Alarmed by the close proximity of an unidentified aerial vehicle, I immediately contacted the flight controller. To my surprise, he confirmed that I was the only one in the area and that all other aircraft had landed. Determined not to lose sight of the strange and unsettling object, I turned the aircraft into a right-hand bank. It seemed to be the same object I had seen a few days earlier. To avoid a dangerous approach, I tried to determine its direction of movement. Within seconds, it began to dim gradually, as though someone inside was deliberately reducing its brightness. The fading light appeared controlled and intentional. After completing the right-hand turn, my aircraft returned to its starting point. I decided to perform a left-hand turn, remaining highly vigilant. This decision proved wise. As soon as I set the bank angle, adjusted the speed, and increased turbine power, directly on course, a white light suddenly appeared from somewhere above, followed immediately by a slightly slanted beam in front. It was quickly approaching, and had I not adjusted the aircraft's angle, I would have collided with it head-on. Nevertheless, my left wing entered the beam. The beam was about 2.5 meters in diameter. I distinctly saw something remarkable. As soon as the wing touched the beam, it shattered into tiny sparkling particles, resembling the fading glitter of a fireworks display. The beam seemed solid. The aircraft shook violently, causing the instrument needles to jump erratically. I tried to track the retreating shimmering beam. It was descending far down. Shortly after, it disappeared entirely. On my way back to the airfield, I kept scanning the starry sky, bracing for any additional surprises. However, everything remained calm, and the flight ended safely. At the airfield, no damage to the aircraft was found, but the left wing glowed faintly in the dark for a week. And that's where this story leaves us, full of questions and mysteries that science can't quite explain. What exactly did Lev Vyatkin see? Was it a UFO, a secret military aircraft, or an unknown natural phenomenon? A strange beam of light that scattered into tiny sparkles upon impact with the plane. A glowing wing. This all seems like something out of a science fiction movie. Yet, it is backed by first-hand accounts from a highly qualified military pilot in his books and interviews. This isn't just another UFO sighting. This is a close encounter that left real, unexplained traces behind. If the skies above Crimea could talk, what else would they reveal? What other secrets are hidden in classified files that we'll never see? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Alien technology, Cold War secrets, or just the imagination of a pilot under pressure? Whatever you believe, this case reminds us how much we still don't know about our own skies. And we'll see you in the next episode.